this project can wait 2 weeks or a month to get a streetscape, to get a landscape plan, to have engineering measure the street to make sure they can put in sidewalks and curbs and gutter, to get a preliminary landscape plan that we can comment on, to put in pedestrian gates. We can get something better in the way of a package that we then pass on. I'm not in favor of doing the project. I'd like to finish this. You know, if I had my way, would I take down the gate or the wall and orient it toward the streets? Yes. I mean, I think that would be the best land plan for this community. I don't know that we can do it with an existing PD. I'm assuming we can't. But I do think we can take a few more weeks and get something good back to us that we can then do appropriate comments on and send it along. So I will make a motion to continue this to a date certain. And I will not make a motion. I will not vote for a motion to approve it. I don't know if there's a second to continue it.
Well, before, I'd like a little bit more information in that motion. I'd like us to be very clear on what we want to see back. You know, if we're going to be picking every color, every material, spacing every tree and plant, let's let them know that we expect that to all be done now. If you have expectation on all of those issues, I think we need to give them specific direction. Frankly, I think we're micromanaging a little bit. I'll go with you on this, but I want us to be specific. If we're going to ask for this to come back to a date certain, I think we should get some input from the applicant on what that date should be.
Will.
To give them time to bring back what we need. But that's not what this is.
Let me fill out my motion.
That would be great.
Yeah, I would like this to come back to a date certain. I'll ask the applicant when they can. What I would like is their landscape plan. I would like to see the landscape plan for both streets. I'd like to see engineering, and the streets are very important here because there's very little that we can do with this project except give a nice streetscape back to the community and take away a vacant parcel. So I want to see what their landscape plan is so that we can comment on it. I'm not micromanaging every tree, but we have in the past, and you saw the other project, we did require trees in a canopy that people can walk under so that you get shade. So sidewalks, a plan for sidewalks, a plan for shade, a plan for what you're going to do with the fencing that's there to fix it. Just show us in an architectural rendering what it's going to look like so it doesn't look like fencing painted over several times to get rid of graffiti, which it does on Radio Road. Those are things that I want to see. I want to see egress and exit. And I do want to see pedestrian gates included in all of the egress and exit, and accessible from different portions of the site. I'd like to see your plans for the communal space, the common space, detailed to the extent that we know what you're going to do with it and what kind of amenities are going to come into it. I would like to see streetscapes of the project as it looks from Radio Road, as it looks from Rosa Parks, and also on the interior street of the project. And I'd like you to take a look to what I don't want to see is the houses individually laid out. I want to see how they flow together. And that's really what I'd like to see. I want to see what this project is going to look like. And then when we send it on to AAC, we can send it on to AAC with appropriate comments. So it's the applicant bringing this back to us.
Is this a motion?
Yes.
I second it.
Does anybody else have anything to say on the motion or additions? There being none, can you call the roll?
So, Madam Chair, we have continued to a date certain, what's the date?
Let's ask the applicant what you need to be able to get this back to us.
What would be the soonest date?
Our next meeting will be November the 17th.
November the 17th. Can we put it for that date and then talk with Edward if we need an extension to the next meeting? Can we plan it to be on the next date? We would really
Yes, we
appreciate
can
that.
do that.
We can work as quickly as possible. Appreciate it.
And if, and with this, if Edward can get the original plans, including the original landscapes to us, that would be helpful.
Okay, Chair Womack,
Yes?
Vice Chair Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Land,
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
motion is approved 4-0.